I want to be a little more transparent about life. I know I, like so many other people, I tend to show the fun moments of life on social media when I'm at my happiest or my most confident, or when everything seems to be going according to plan. But life isn't always like that. Half the time, life consists of hard work. It consists of showing up every day and facing your challenges, your fears, your insecurities, and trials that you might be going through. Growing up, my parents always told me that it was never about the trial itself, but rather the kind of person you'd become as a result of the trial. Sometimes it's easy to recognize that you're going through a trial, and it's easy to muster up the strength to not let it overtake you. But what happens when you're going through a trial and you feel like you've hit your breaking point? When you feel so utterly helpless, desperate, and discouraged that you feel so alone and lost. I'm really not trying to be dramatic, but these last few months have really felt like that.
Another rejection letter. Awesome.
As I mentioned before in one of my other videos, Sam took his dream job in DC about 5 months ago, and we figured that I would join him in no time. But I didn't recognize how hard it would be for me to find a job out there. I've honestly felt so pathetic. I've applied to about 100 jobs, done countless interviews, made it even to the final rounds a handful of times, and I have opened so many "we're taking it another direction" rejection emails from countless employers. Do you know what it feels like to be rejected over and over and over again? I mean, after a while, it really starts to seep into your subconscious. On top of that, I miss my husband so much. It's not like I know how long we'll be doing long distance for. If I did, then at least we'd have an end date in mind, and it would make this process go so much easier. As much as I love our FaceTime calls, being with him in person would be so much better. So you might be wondering, what's the point of this video? Is there a solution? Did it work out at the end? Did a miracle come along? Honestly, I don't know. I'm still waiting for my miracle. I know it's taboo for a Christian person to question God, His plan for us, and His intentions, but I'm doing it. And up until recently, I thought that was wrong. I thought that it was wrong to be mad at Him. I thought it was wrong to be upset and to feel like He let you down. I recently came across a speech called "The Power of Not Knowing." And it talked a lot about the power of just being in the rookie zone. When you're a rookie at something, you're inexperienced, and most of the time you're doing something hard. The speech then went on explaining how when you're in the rookie zone, you're more cautious, you're fast, you're innovative, you're scrappy, and you're agile. And it got me thinking, I definitely feel like I'm in the rookie zone right now, where I'm feeling just really unqualified. Then something clicked in my head. Being in the rookie zone isn't a bad thing. Going through challenges isn't a bad thing. We tend to do our best work when we are on the outer edges of what we really know, when we're doing something really hard. And as past experience has shown, when I'm going through a trial, that's actually when I tend to find the most joy in my life. Perhaps there's an upside to not always knowing. It creates a space for one to come to know God. It's where we discover. If life has taught me anything, it's that when we step outside the space of knowing, where we are fully capable, and when we step into unfamiliar territory, that's when we feel alive. It's where we see God's hand in our lives. Even though I can't seem to connect why it's taking so long for me to find a job, which has caused me to spend a whole 4 or 5 months away from Sam, I do see that in a way I have been given extra time. I've been given time to be more with my family this summer. I don't know that I'll ever get this much time to spend with my grandparents. I also have gotten extra time with friends. Moving to a new state means starting over in a way and not knowing anyone out there. I'm lucky to have made really good friends in Utah, and I should really enjoy that time while I have it. I also was given another chance to just enjoy Utah, to enjoy all its beauty and uniqueness. As humans, we're built for challenge. As our challenge level goes up, the more satisfied we become, and the more grateful we are. When I look back at this trial in my life, I hope I can say that I really tried my best to persevere, and that I let it shape me into a better version of myself. But I guess only time will tell. Okay, it's currently September 3rd and I got a job offer. I'm gonna make this really quick because I do see that the sun is going down, but I wanted to quickly share the story behind how I got to where I'm at right now, actually. So this whole summer was really brutal. I was pretty depressed. I got rejected quite a bit. I definitely lost my faith in God and in his plan. And I was just discouraged because I was like, I'm literally doing everything I can do. Like, what more can I do to show my faith? And I was talking to a close mentor, and he suggested, he was like, there's one thing you kind of haven't done though. And I was like, what? And he's like, you haven't just taken that huge leap of faith and moved out there. And I was like, are you crazy? I can't move out there. We need both. Like, I can't move out there without a job. Like, we need both incomes to survive out there because it's twice as expensive. And this person was like, well, maybe you just need to have a little bit more faith and exercise like the last teeny drop that you have to show God that you really, really do trust him. And I don't know, I thought about that for a while and I thought, you know what, like, what the heck? I've tried everything else, but that's the one thing I hadn't tried. So I decided about a month ago, you know what, I'm going to leave September 17th. I don't know why I chose that date, but I chose that date and I was determined that even if I didn't get a job offer, that I would leave that date no matter what. So I told my grandma, who's driving out with me to DC, and she was like, okay, let's do it. That's the date. And so I put in my 2 weeks as well. I've been preparing this entire time. And since I've made that decision, I kid you not, just blessings have just poured into my life. And one of them is that I not only got one job offer, I got 2. I did choose the one that was the best for me, but it's just crazy that I've been trying this whole summer for things to work out, but it was when I actually put a date and told God that, like, I'm leaving no matter what, and I expect him to kind of do his part since I've done mine. That's when things just started magically coming together. So call it what you will, but I'm just feeling super grateful and super humbled by this whole experience. I definitely feel like I've learned so much about myself, about the people that love me, who've supported me this whole summer while I've struggled. I've learned a lot about the job hunting process, and I learned a lot about my relationship with God. And I know now, and I can see that he really doesn't let you down. He doesn't. He always has your back. And all you really need to do is exercise every bit of faith that you have. And even if things don't work out the way you want it to work out, it still does work out. But you just need to remember it's on his timetable, not ours.